I didn't see the shot, I heard it, and then I came back around and I saw that he was on the ground.
Okay.
And was freaking out.
Yeah.
And so I was just freaking out, and it just went into mama. I'm like, I've got to go to get JJ to school, I've got to get to the kids.
How long have you guys lived here? How long have you lived here?
Like 3 weeks.
Oh, geez. Yeah, okay.
That's why the neighbors told us.
Gotcha.
Like, hi, neighbor, I'm sorry.
I promise you that I have done nothing wrong in this case.
Probably because you murdered your sons. That's probably why he's talking you. Maybe you should understand.
I didn't necessarily that you felt that way. And one day, you will know.
Murder.
One day, you will know what actually happened. Stand Christ when he comes again, and he's coming soon, and we will all stand there, and you will know at that point that he is supporting me and has supported me the whole time, and I have not been deceived. I do, and I did exactly what I felt the Lord was instructing me to do.
What do you want me to do?
Ms. Vallow, you can start. Do you have any questions regarding that?
The Doomsday cult killer, Vallow Daybell, set to be back in court to be sentenced. One of the big questions is, what will little JJ's grandparents be permitted to say in court? There they are after this verdict, but will they be permitted to speak to the court? Will they be able to speak to Vallow during this sentencing hearing? Different rules in different jurisdictions. Let's get to the bottom of it. Joining us now here in studio, Court TV legal correspondent Chanley Painter. Chanley, great to see you.
Great to see you. Thanks for having me.
All right. So let's start here with Larry and Kay Woodcock, JJ's grandma and grandpa. The reason this case started, the investigation began. Will they be able to speak in court? And you spoke with them.
I did. I spoke with them today, Vinny, in preparation. We are days away from Lori's sentencing in Idaho. She has other pending Arizona cases, but she faces up to life. So in Idaho, there are specific rules on who can speak or give victim impact statements. And so the judge has made his decision based on designated representatives and immediate family members. Well, Kay Woodcock, being the designated representative for JJ, can speak, but Larry cannot. But today, while he said he was disappointed in that decision, he's not keeping quiet, Vinny. He is going to be speaking every chance outside that courthouse, during, before, after, to the media, and he has things that he wants to say. But as far as Kay, she hasn't really planned out that moment. She doesn't know if she's going to write it out, speak from the heart. She's better under pressure, she says, but she does hope to look Vallow directly in the eyes. Let's take a listen to what they told me.
Out of there. When she comes out, they'll be carrying her out.
Yeah.
Say to the judge to hope that he agrees with that.
I haven't started writing yet, but again, I just need to list some things, the cruelness of their action, of her actions. That was, and the atrocity is just mind-boggling. And I mean, everything she did goes against any moral, legal, ethical, everything. It goes against everything a human should do. And so I don't know. I don't think there's enough words in the English language to describe how deplorable she is. And so I don't know. When I'm ready, it'll just start coming out of me.
So she will be prepared for that moment, Vinny. She testified, as you know,
Right.
during the trial, one of the first witnesses. And she said she efforted to look towards Vallow, to make eye contact, and Vallow would never look up at her. So she expects her to be the same, just not listening, not looking, they think she has no care in the world.
Right.
So
what do they think about her mental health and her state of mind?
Yes, because what will her defense do? So I wanted to ask the Woodcocks, what do they expect her defense? Because there's some discretion for this judge. That's 10 years up to life for a murder
10
conviction
to life.
in
That's
Idaho.
a lot of discretion.
So a PSI has been conducted. The defense can argue for mitigation here and likely going to cite the fact that she was mentally incompetent a couple of times before the trial. And there's experts that have, mental experts who have consulted with her. Well, the Woodcocks wanted to address that as they expect to hear it. Let's watch.
I absolutely believe that she was sane. She was, and she is sane.
It's just about sex and greed. That's all it was. And they like to be the leaders of whatever they thought they were leading. So, I mean, I don't, it's not, the religion was a vehicle to get them where they wanted to be. Single from getting rid of their spouses, and Lori's the weight of 2 children. And that's what they did. They used the religion to get them there. And that's all there is to it. Nobody believes that crap, because that's all it is crap.
You gotta love the Woodcocks, Vinny, saying it like it is.
Yeah.
And the big question is will Lori say anything about her sentencing?
Yeah.
Probably not.
I doubt it too, but you never know. You also spoke, and we can't forget about Tammy Daybell. She's another victim in all of this. You spoke with Tammy's aunt today.
I did. So Vicki Hoban, she was at the trial. I was the first to interview her then. And turns out she's now the designated representative for Tammy Daybell. Tammy's mother passed away about a month ago, and so Vicki petitioned the court to be named in her mother's stead. So I caught up with her today about that. It was just announced last night that she would be able to give a statement. So this is what she told me.
You actually had to write your own letter. This is something that you advocated for. You had to fight to have this opportunity. Why was it so important to you?
You know, I just had promised my sister last summer. During the summers I would go visit her. We would shoot this huge oak tree, I think it was, and my other sister Barbara and I would go sit under the tree and visit with her. And the last couple of years she's been in a wheelchair, so she had been getting progressively sick. We were talking about it, and she said, "I'm just in bad shape." And my sister and I were talking, and we both said to her, where you can't walk, we will walk for you, or we'll carry you. And so it was important to me to follow through with that promise to her.
So she's planning a statement, Vinny. Right now she has 7 pages written. She's going to parse it down a bit to speak to the judge. But here's a list of who has been qualified to speak so far, just so we know. Colby Ryan, of course, the brother of the victims in the case. And then Samantha Gillian, she was actually the sister of Tammy. She testified during the trial. She's an immediate family member. She's going to give a presentation. And then Summer Shiflett, Tylee's representative, Kay Woodcock, JJ's, and then Vicki Hoban, Tammy Daybell's representative. So that's what we can expect on July 31st.
July 31st. Chanley Painter, thank you so much. All right, let's bring back in our think tank, Eklund Mercy, Kirk Nerman, Nima Romani with us. Nima, there's discretion here in this one. I mean, it's 10 to life. Arguments are going to be made. What do you expect this sentencing to look like and to sound like?
Vinny, if it's anything less than life, it'd be a huge miscarriage of justice. I mean, this judge already took the death penalty off the table. Maybe that was appropriate for the prosecutorial misconduct, but Lori Vallow does not deserve any consideration whatsoever. I mean, I can't imagine what Colby's going to say. His testimony was so powerful when he looked her in the eye and said, "You murdered my siblings." I mean, what is worse than murdering your own children, one of whom has special needs, and burying them in the backyard? She's shown no remorse whatsoever. She deserves no leniency, and I fully expect her to get a life sentence.
Kirk, any chance that she speaks?
There could be. You know, it's interesting because we bring up this supposition earlier, whether or not she was going to testify, you know, during the trial. What was she going to say possibly about Chad? And we heard about that, their desire for a joint meeting, right? They wanted to get together and talk. And I'm wondering if they didn't find ways through third parties, what have you, to communicate with each other to decide what she was going to say. Was she going to take the blame to save the prophet, what have you? That's going to be, to me, the most interesting part of this, because Nima's right, 100%. She deserves life. She's going to get life. And her lawyers have probably told her that no matter what they do or what they say, she's going to get that outcome. So the question is, even with this case pending in Arizona, is she going to try to save her prophet, the man who hasn't been convicted yet, and fall on the sword, so to speak? And I doubt it, but it could be something that she does if she really believes in these prophecies.
Eklund, everything I've gathered, I believe that she is completely devoted to Chad the prophet. Chad, on the other hand, I don't know. I'm not necessarily convinced of that fact. Do you think it's possible that Lori at Chad's trial or at her sentencing comes out and says, it was me, it was me, it was me. Chad had nothing to do with it?
Just the simple fact that she was found incompetent a few times, and just based off of the trial, she's been frolicking through the Valley of the Dolls. You can tell that she was highly medicated just to be competent for trial. I think that lends itself to a lot of clarity, and it wouldn't surprise me if she offered a proffer. And I think that offering a proffer to the families, telling them what actually happened to the children, can spare her some time. So it's all on her. And being a defense attorney, you have no idea. It is up to the minute with regards to what the defendant wants to do. They can literally wait until right immediately when they're supposed to be called, and that's when they decide to do what they're going to do.
And some of these defendants are very unpredictable, right, Kirk? Anyway, sorry, I had to.